Thanks for tuning in to Any Given Sunday Sports Special. We finally got things straight. We're on a split screen. No craziness going on here, but we're going to go through this week. We have a very upset Jesus on the other side. The only reason why I'm excited is because I get a nice waiver pick. But other than that, let's get into the recap and talk about some games. Let's see, what is our worst one here? Let's do the biggest gaps. Let's do the 5-0 now. McPoon handling Goat Engines against Beats by Ray, who is now 2-3, put up 68 points. McPoon 119. My friend, what do you got to say about this game?
McPoon were the better team. They are the better team. They are one of the best teams in the league, although injuries have question marks now. Multiple of them. I'm a little concerned for this team going forward, but they deserve it. I mean, Devontae Freeman. That's all I got to say is Devontae Freeman. What a pickup. What a player that is right now for McPoon. And on the other side, Beats by Ray can't score points. They can't score points.
They cannot.
So, no, that's tough.
All right, next game. Another leading on the other side in the East, the Dominican Elites.
Okay.
91 against my team sucks, 71. 1-4. What do you got to say about that?
The Dominican Elites still do not score points. And my sources are telling me Justin Forsett is dealing with a pretty bad injury. May not even play this week. And even if he does, they're not sure how good and how productive he will be. But Pops can't score points. He needs a receiver. And I've been told directly from my team sucks mouth, they are willing to trade one of their number one running backs for a number one receiver.
Oh, wow.
They've made that very clear to me. So that's not a rumor. That is a fact. They are trying to move one of their running backs, but they want a number one receiver in return.
All right. We have now a slightly punty vibe. Yes, at 3-2. Beats the 1-4 New York Power. 76. Look, what do you got to say about that, sir?
A slightly punty vibe showed up, and they put up points, lots of them. Without Cam Newton, they found a way. They still went out there and won. Props to Doug Martin. I'm very upset that you're even rocking that right now, that gear. It was so upsetting watching him go over and over again. I was like, stop. But again, he deserves it. On the other side, the New York Powers may have a quarterback controversy. They may have a quarterback controversy because Eli Manning is a top-flight quarterback this year in that offense.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, next game we have the Tampa's Empire. They put up 95 points, but it was Jesus Can Suck It at 4-1, puts up a $113. What do you got to say about this matchup?
Tampa's Empire, they've been injured all season. They didn't have their starting quarterback, but their quarterback put up 36 points, and everybody else was healthy on their team. I have no excuses anymore I'm making for the Tampa's Empire. Now it's just time to score points because there's no excuse. Yep. Your quarterback that you played for you put up Andrew Luck-like numbers, better than Andrew Luck-like numbers, and you still lost the game, so they need to figure something out. And I'm also hearing that they're willing to get ahead. They want to make moves. They actually want a number one running back. They're looking for that. So maybe there's a deal there between my team sucks and the Empire. I don't know.
Maybe.
We shall see. And then on the other side, Jesus Can Suck It. Well, they put up they put up a lot of points this week, But I'll be honest, I'm concerned about Jeremy Hill. And I'm concerned with this team overall. I don't know how good they're going to be all season. But we shall see because they're 4-1 already. They need 4 more wins and they're in the playoffs. Simple as that.
All right. And then, sir, let's take our hats off for this one. Because this hurts me. This hurts me. The Dream Killers putting up 100. And Zimmerman Illuminati 0-5 and 99. Rest in peace. What are you going to say about this matchup?
The Illuminati deserved this game. Simple as that. They had it. They had it. 6 seconds left in the game. 6 seconds left in the game. Make one more stop. You know what's happening. They're in the Wildcat formation. Who's there in the backfield? Le'Veon Bell. You make the stop, Shakir wins. And what's funny is Shakir called me for that last play. We were on the phone together for the last play.
Walk us through it.
And he's hyped. He's excited. And then he goes, I can't say specifically what he said on the phone, but he goes, I'm going to have to let you go. I'm going to have to let you go. And that was it. And it was just dead silence. He called me excited because he thought he had his win. And I really did too. But I was concerned because I said, this is Le'Veon Bell. But then I saw they were in a Wildcat. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If they're in a Wildcat, they're only doing one thing, and you know that. So you just attack that. And they still couldn't stop the guy. That's it. That's a shame. Listen, Zimmerman Illuminati, don't give up yet. You still keep fighting. You do not give up. And I know Shakir is the heart of a champion. He is a champion, so he's not giving up.
All right.
That's what
going to take a little bit of segment. We're going to breeze through our matchups, so we're going to be very quick about it. But I kind of want to break this down. We're a little bit into the season. I want to talk a little bit about the teams. And I want to start with the low teams because the high teams, they're being successful. They're doing the right things now.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about the teams that are sitting in the low spot. Beats by rate 2 and 3. What do they got to do? What do they got to do to get better? Go.
They need a quarterback. Peyton Manning is just a name at this point. He's not anything else other than a name. They need a quarterback, and I don't see them getting one, to be honest with you. I don't see it because I don't think they should really trade and give up anything too much, because if they give up something too much, then they're hurting another position. They don't have the depth to trade anything on their team. So it's pretty much their season relies on Peyton Manning, which is not good. So hopefully they can find someone in free agency. But even so, can you bench someone and pick up someone in free agency and bench Peyton for them? I don't know if I do that. I don't know if I do that.
Next team we have, New York Powers, 1 and 4. What do they got to do to turn this around? What's wrong with them?
The talent's there. They just need to win games, and I think that's going to happen. I'm not giving up, and I'm not just saying that because it's me speaking. But if you look at the schedules, AJ Green had to play Seattle. Calvin Johnson had to play Seattle. Calvin Johnson had to play Arizona. It just was brutal. The Tannehill had to play the Jets. Landry had to play the Jets. The beginning of the season was brutal. But now there's no more excuses now. If they don't play good this week, then they're just not that good. I'm not giving up because I do think that the team on top, which is the Dominican Elite, they're only 3 back of them, and there's still a boatload of games left. So, yeah, I'm not giving up on the Powers yet. I think the Powers don't need to really do anything. I mean, you may disagree. You can tell me, but I don't see what can they do on their roster.
Other than get a quarterback, that's honestly my only thing.
And Eli Manning's been putting up numbers like a top
and he may be that guy. Exactly. They may already have that guy. So time will tell. All right, next team, Tampa's Empire, 1 and 4. What do they got to do to fix their team?
They need to score points. They have the roster. They need to score points. It's as simple as that. Right now, Steve, I'm being honest, the coaching hasn't been there like in previous years. You're usually a very, very good coach. You haven't been that good of a coach this year.
Nope.
So you need to step it up because this year it's not like in the past you've had superstar teams. This isn't that type of a team. This is a team, which means you have to make the right decisions week in and week out. You're being tested this year with that. So now you're healthy. I'm not going to make same thing at the Powers. I'm not making excuses for you. This is the week where you need to start rising up.
Yep. All right. Next team we have. My team sucks at 1 and 4. What do they got to do to turn this around?
Stop stacking up running backs. Stop trading for names and get yourself production. Trade one of your running backs and get yourself a top flight receiver. You're just stacking up our running backs. It's redundant. This is a one running back league. It's a one running back league. So there's no need to keep stacking unless you're going to move them, which I don't really see where you can move them unless it's the Empire. And to my knowledge, the Empire and my team sucks. They never do trades together. They're just never on the same page. They
always fail, yep.
They're never on the same page with trades. So, yeah, if I'm being honest, stop stacking running backs. You're taking all these running backs from Jeff, and you're giving him better players. Deion Lewis, you lost out on that trade. Justin Forsett, I was wrong about that one. You lost out on that trade. I mean, Foster could still turn it around, so I'm not giving up on that one. But, yeah, Pops, you stop getting all these names and get production.
All right, and then lastly, Zimmerman Illuminati. They are the team that is 0-5. They are the Anthony of last year, this year.
Yeah.
What do you got to say about them? What's wrong with them?
They have the legitimate excuse for injuries. Their top receiver, they lost in Dez Bryant. Their top quarterback, they lost in Tony Romo. And that was the reason why everything went downhill. And then they also lost their top running back in LaShawn McCoy. When you lose your number one quarterback, your number one running back, and your number one receiver, you're doomed. This is a team I can make the excuse for. And yes, I will make excuse. Y'all could kill me all y'all want, but it's a fact. Okay, you try to go ahead and bounce back from losing your number one quarterback, number one running back, and number one receiver. Nobody can bounce back from that. Nobody.
All right, so we'll quickly go through some matchups here since we spent on that. Before we do that, though, give me the 2 teams right now that you see have a winning record that don't deserve to be there or that could fall. Either or.
The Dominican Elites don't deserve to be there. And Do I go with a slightly punty vibe or do I go with Dom? I'm gonna go with the slightly punty vibe.
Okay.
I don't think they're that. I don't, and they beat me, so this is kind of embarrassing. But yeah, I don't think they're that good of a team, to be honest with you. So yes, give me. I think the slightly punty vibe and Dominican Elites are the teams that are going to start going downhill.
All right, perfect. All right, so let's quickly go through some matchups then. We're going to start with our worst matchup. We have, let's start with Beats by Ray. They're 2-3. They're going into the Powers at 1-4. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Powers. I'm not gonna shy away from it. The Powers are a better team. The Powers have great matchups this week. You have Tannehill against Tennessee, Eddie Lacy against San Diego, Antonio Brown. I do. If Big Ben does come back like they're saying he may, that's good for him. But even so, I love AJ Green against Buffalo, Gronkowski against Indianapolis, Calvin Johnson against Chicago, Landry against Tennessee. Gostowski just puts up big time numbers. On the other side, Peyton Manning's just not that good of a player. Forte will do well. I think Keenan Allen will do well. So will Fitzgerald. But I just think the Powers are just a better team.
I agree. I have the Powers as well. Better team, better talent. I think they come out this week. All right, our next game we have a slightly punty vibe at 3-2, playing My Team Sucks at 1-4. Who do you have and why?
My team sucks. I'm going to go with them this week. I think they are healthy. They're going to go with their three-headed monster at running back in Arian Foster, Mark Ingram, and Marshawn Lynch. So I think that's going to be huge for them. I think they put up a lot of numbers. I think Rodgers puts up a lot of points. Allen Robinson will play well this week. So yeah, I'm gonna say that they win this week. On the other side, yeah, Cam Newton against Seattle is not going to do that great, I don't think. Rashad Jennings against Philadelphia, you just never know which running back is going to play. Last week it was Vereen. The week before it was Jennings. You just never know who's going to go there. So yeah, my team sucks. I think wins this week.
I agree. I have my team sucks. Simply Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to put up the points. And on the other side, Cam Newton going against, that Seattle defense. That's tough. That's tough. All right, the next game we have 5-0 McPoon Handlers Goat Engines going into 1-4 Tampa's Empire. My friend, who do you have and why?
I'm concerned about this game for the Goat Engines because they're dealing with a lot of injuries. And I'm hearing Julio Jones said he's going to play, but how healthy is Julio Jones? I'm concerned there. Drew Brees, I don't know if I trust Drew Brees. Carlos Hyde is dealing with some injuries, but they have Devontae Freeman. On the other side, Luck, I'm hearing, is going to play. I love Chris Johnson against Pittsburgh, Randall Cobb against San Diego, Greg Olsen against Seattle. Seattle is not that great against tight ends. I've said this on so many places. Seattle is number 28th in fantasy against tight ends. 28th in fantasy against tight ends. So yes, while I don't like Cam Newton, I do like Greg Olsen because that's the only person Cam Newton is going to be able to throw the ball to. And I do think Brandon Cooks plays okay this week. I don't think he's anything special. So I'm going to go with the Tampa's Empire.
You sniped mine. I also have Tampa's Empire. I just think this is a classic upset. 5-0, all the injuries that Rich has had, if it weren't for that, I would have picked
Rich is a better team.
He's the better team by far, but I think on this the upset is there.
Yep.
All right, the next game we have the Dominican Elites 4-1 going into Zimmerman Illuminati 0-5. My friend, who do you have and why?
Well, it looks like the Matt Ryan era has ended with the Dominican Elites. Andy Dalton is now their starting quarterback.
Wow.
You're 4-1. You're 4-1. 4-1, and you're going to go ahead and make changes. I'm actually going to go with Zimmerman Illuminati. They almost pulled it off last week. They're going to pull it off this week. I don't care if they don't have Todd Gurley. I don't care if they don't have Michael Crabtree. They are going to go ahead, and they are going to play Rivers. Rivers is going to put up points against Green Bay. Gio Bernard is going to do decent against Buffalo. Martellus Bennett is going to play very well against Detroit. And on the other side, Justin Forsett may not play. I don't know how good he's going to be. Emmanuel Sanders may get the Joe Hayden treatment for all we know. And it doesn't even matter because Peyton Manning can't throw the ball. Yeah, I'm going to go with the upset. Not because I think that Zimmerman Illuminati is a better team, but Jeff doesn't score. He doesn't score. And Zimmerman the last couple of weeks have been scoring points. That's a fact. They've been scoring points.
I'm going to go with the Elites. I disagree with that statement. I think the Elites will still find a way to pull it off. Our next game of the week. This is it. 4-1 versus 4-1 in the same division. My man, Dream Killers, Jesus can suck it. Who wins and why?
Dream Killers win. They're a better team. They got better receivers. They have better running backs. The only thing they don't have better is the quarterback. So, yeah, give me the Dream Killers.
Dream Killers. All right. I will also take the Dream Killers. I think the Dream Killers are a better team, and they're going to score the points. And so we're only different on one, my friend. Any last words before we wrap this thing up?
Listen, this is like the Twilight Zone this year. This is like the Twilight Zone this year in fantasy. I don't know what's going on. I'm not hating on you, Jeff, because if you were scoring points, I would give you all the props in the world. But you're not scoring points, so I'm still not a believer yet. Pops, you need to turn it around. Steve, you need to turn it around. I look at myself also. I need to turn it around. There's a lot of things that need to happen. But at the end of the day, to those teams that are 4-1 and 5-0, we tip my cap to you because you somehow are still doing it. And that's a position that we all wish we were in right now.
It would be a lot easier.
Props to you guys. We'll see if anything could turn around this week. And if Powers lose this week, this may be the end. This may be the end, and then they're just playing just for pride for the rest of the season.
Yep.
So all right, that's guys. Our show. Stay safe. Be safe. We out. Peace.